T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, coolest reptile network in the world. Episode 488. Welcome to Trap Talk with MJ. Tonight we have somebody very special to this entire channel. Big E, Top G from Villarino Reptiles. You guys know him. He's here every Monday night. He does not miss, and it's going to be one for the books. I'm excited to have my big bro come to this Thursday night Trap Talk because it's going to go down. And shout out to everyone out there, man. What is good? I'm your boy MJ. If this is your first time tapping in, if you're into keeping reptiles, you want to learn more about the industry, the breeding side of things, you want to learn how to sell snake, whatever, man, this is the podcast to be associated with. So do me a favor, hit that like button, okay? Especially if you're repping V-Unit family, first and foremost. All right, shout out to the V-Unit family members out there tonight, here from Emilio. But everyone out there, please, if you're watching this, hit the like button right now. Free feature. Hit the like button, and then if you hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell, select all, you'll be on top of every single piece of content that is released here from this channel. You can listen to Trap Talk Reptile Network on all the major audio platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all the major platforms you can catch it. So wherever you listen to this network, thank you so much. Really mean, like, you guys are what makes this cool. The coolest, I should say, right? But yeah, man. Much love and support. If you're looking for exclusive content, if you want to get more behind the scenes, if you want to just support what I have going on, but first and foremost, if you want to tap in with some of the top reptile keepers in this hobby, first and foremost, in this hobby, then join the Trap Talk Patreon family, all right? As soon as you join the Patreon family, you get a link to a Discord. Then you also get connected to the Instagram group chat. Shout out to all my Patreon members. You guys are my heart. Trap Fest 2024 coming at you in June. It's going to be epic. So many heavy hitters coming. Patreon members, I love you guys. You guys are all amazing. We're all different. We all bring something heavy to the table. And you guys are my heart, man. Early birds, I want to say first and foremost, who's here? Who's in the live chats tonight? Who's ready to rock and roll? If you are in the live chats and if you have a topic or a certain question you want to throw out there for us, drop a super chat. You don't need to, but it helps for sure if you want my attention. I'm not going to lie. But anyways, what is good? Who's here? Big D's, Pythons, and Geckos. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. Celtic Reptiles. Thanks for becoming a YouTube member. You are amazing. Big Brock, a.k.a. Suge Knight. Shuggy Bear. Pause. In the building. Brock of Morphinary Arts. V-Unit family. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. I appreciate you so much. Jeremy, one of Florida's finest. Bod Exotic Reptiles in the building. Who just had an amazing, forget the species of iguana, but he had 50-something eggs. Just go follow him and go see what that's all about. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for being here and for being a real one. Royal Serpents, Jamil in the building. What is up, Jamil? Heath and Hatchery in the building. The Unit family, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Meteoric Serpents, JD, heavy hitter that you could catch on Fridays. Thank God it's Colubrids, one of the hosts of many segments here on the network. And thank you so much, JD. And of course, his co-host, Alvaro, who's probably here somewhere. But he's a real one. Go give him a follow, please, JD, and go listen to his podcast, Colubrid Corruption. Lily, big sis in the building, repping the Bay all day. That's what I'm talking about. All City Serpent, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. All City Serpents, James B. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Josh, Skeletons and Feathers, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Big homie Kenneth Jordan in the building. Just had an epic New Breed on the Block episode with me and, of course, Big E. Go catch that episode. That shit was fire. Super fire. And go give him a follow, please. Up-and-coming hitter, City Limit Exotics. Remember I said it. Please. We'll be here for the long run. Mark my words. Thank you so much, Jordan, or Kenneth Jordan, for being a part of the family. And, yeah, thanks for being here. Colorfully Vulgar, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Joe Kretsch in the building. V-Unit family all day, every day. Man, Freddy, Morph Valley Reptiles, who has some hippos available. I'm just saying, hit him up. It's really nice ones, too. I'm just... hit up my dog and then go follow him because he also has amazing Exantic projects that he got from Big E. I I'm talking quality all day over there. So go check them out. Man Freddy, Morph Valley Reptiles, Trap Talk Patreon member, V Unit family all day, every day. Big Mike, 1776 Exotics. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to go to Daytona and South Florida, but I'm more excited because I'm about to see the homie Big Mike. And he knows, we have a good time. I cannot wait. Can we possibly go into the Everglades? Mike, I think you promised me that next time around. So let me know what day I got to clear for that. Trying to go into that motherfucker. And can I bring Emilio, please? That's it. Move forward. Here we go. Travis Gordon in the building. TNS Reptiles, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Here she is. Better watch it. Krista in the building. Norify Exotics. Talk about someone who's going to be here for the long haul, man. Tap in with this girl right here. She's not one to be slept with. And do not mess with her sunset unless you're me. I'm the only one who can mess with her sunset. Now, she don't even let me mess with it. I'm not even joking. Fix that painting. Magic City Pythons, JC in the building. V-Unit family all day, every day. Eric's More Factory in the building. V-Unit family all day, every day. Derek Stack with such a sick-ass last name. I appreciate that. And you're into Chondros. I feel you on that. Revolutionary Morphs. Ray in the building. What is good? V-Unit family all day, every day. Manuel Noriega, my dog. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Cannot wait to hang out with you at Trap Fest. It's going to be a good one. Tough Art Pythons in the building. What is up? My Sweden player, because Trap Talk be global. Trap Talk Patreon member from Sweden. It's my boy right there. Go tap in with him. The homie Marcus, Lucid Boreals. Thanks for tapping in. Julio Fulio in the building. Hope that back is doing great, buddy. Appreciate you so much. Trap Talk Patreon member. Bosa, Reptiles in the building. What is up, Aaron? Thanks for tapping in. V-Unit family all day. V-Unit family all day, every day. JQ, the big homie Jay. What's up, JQ? Thanks for tapping in. V-Unit family all day, every day. Cruise family constrictors, homie Diego, my right hand. Tapping in. Thanks so much for being here. Trap Talk Patreon member. Aurora in the building. What is up, Aurora? Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Mercury Exotics. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. V-Unit family all day, every day. The Ugly Farm in the building. What is up? Matt Croft in the building. What is up, Matt Croft? And we're going to end this in style. Who's here? Oh, my God. I haven't seen this guy in forever. And I'm going to end it in style with this guy. Thanks for being here, Levi. Faster than life. He's still here. Holy shit. All right, guys. Let's get to tonight's sponsor, all right, before we drop Emilio in, because I'm excited for Emilio, but I want to say that tonight's sponsored by my favorite in the ball python game, personally, on many levels, Mark Bailey from Mark Bailey Reptiles. Please go give him a follow on Morph Market, because that's the only place where you can follow him. I'm going to keep busting his chops until we can get Mark Bailey to get an Instagram, but guess what? He don't need it. He does his thing, likes to hurt, likes to come to San Diego, and likes to smoke that good pot. But anyways, Mark Bailey Reptiles, please go give him a follow again, Morph Market. He's going to have mad heat coming to Morph Market accounts, so go follow him. And appreciate you, Mark. Cannot wait to see you here shortly. I see Mark probably multiple times a year, but he's really one of the best people I've ever met. And thank you so much, Mark Bailey, for just being one of my biggest supporters, hands down. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by GS Reptiles. When it comes to diversity, this is your guy. He might drop a vlog soon. I don't know. But either way, his content never gets old, and he's put enough content for you to kind of geek out over whatever next arboreal species or even python species you need to get into. GS Reptiles. Type that in on YouTube. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. I think he's at 10K now. Right there. Either way, he deserves to be at a freaking 100K. This guy's amazing. He's taught me and so many other people just things that are important and vital on keeping you in this game for the long run. So Gary Shavino, thank you so much for your support. Also being just a really good asset to the entire reptile hobby and industry. He just got, I can't say it. Never mind. He got a great shipment in. Okay. So just go follow him and you'll find out what that shipment is very, very soon. People already, for the most part, know, but please. Bullens. All right. Listen, Sundown Reptiles. I'm going to say this right now, guys. My tree monitor obsession has just gone through the roof even more on so many different levels because of this guy right here, Brian Tucson, one of the best in the tree monitor game, hands down. And I'm going to prove that. I really am. I'm going to be proving that here Friday on my other YouTube channel. Okay. It's called the Trap Reptile Vlogs. Go subscribe and be ready because my next vlog that I dropped there is at this guy's facility, Sundown Reptiles. Okay. Now I always talk about his tree monitors, but guess what? Kahua. I'm talking about the Kahua Gecko game, which is probably the chondro of the gecko world. I mean, I'm telling you right now, this is nuts. I've never been so obsessed over a new species. That's a lie, but I'm just saying I am just super over the top with so many things that this guy's working with. So I just want to say, shout out to Brian Tucson, but also please guys, go follow him. Sundown Reptiles, go to his website. telling you right now, he's one of the best doing it. And after seeing his facility and seeing how dialed in he is and what he's doing, man, he's not cutting any corners. Just be ready. That vlog's going to be heavy tomorrow, okay? It's going down, I think, 6:15 a.m., pretty early for the West Coast, but East Coast, perfect timing for you guys. Be ready. Brian Tucson, thank you so much for your support. I had such a good time last week at your house. It was epic, okay? And also going to your facility, that was pretty far away, but either way, thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate you. All right, last but not least, tonight's episode is brought to you by Focus Cube Habitats, #1 PVC built enclosures in the game. Shout out to Steven, shout out to Ashley. Rumor has it Greg Maxwell is getting brand new Focus Cube Habitats, and so should you. Actually, I don't know if Greg Maxwell's doing it. We highly advised him last night on the show, and we think we're going to get him to do it. But either way, if you want the best, seriously, you're going to, this is it. Focus Cube Habitats. Clean, awesome, and built by two of the best people doing it. All right. And everything you see behind me right here, all Focus Cube Habitats. All right. And also shout out to Clutch, #1 organization app in the ball python game. Thank you so much, Justin Gabelka, Sebastian, the entire Clutch team. Seriously, if you're just getting a ball python, you should stay organized. All right. You should separate yourself from the lazy people or whoever, just people who think they can just come in, dump money, and just not put any effort into it. Go outdo them by getting Clutch right now. Stay organized, stay fresh. It's like having a really nice resume. All right. All right. Without further ado, I just want to say this guy right here. All right. I consider him I definitely consider one of my best friends. How can I not? I talk to him every single day. We are growing together individually inside the hobby. You know what I'm saying? He has helped me tremendously on this show. You have, for a lot of you who follow Trap Talk, have seen Emilio on here a lot. He's even taken over Thursday nights with Dave Levison. No way can I let Dave do that by himself. That would be dangerous. So he was able to save me on many levels. Okay. And I love you, Dave. But I just want to say, first and foremost, before I bring this guy in, I want to say that people like him are what are going to keep inspiring others to come into this and want to do this for one reason only: to have fun and to make a fucking living out of it. Because guess what? It is possible. Is it easy? It's definitely not easy. So many things have to go in your favor. The stars have to align on so many different levels to be doing what this man is doing. But he's fucking doing it. So anyone out there who's just tired of their day-to-day life, they're, going to a job that they hate, going to a fucking place that they can't stand the people that they have to look at and smile at every day, because guess what? They got to make a check. Pay attention to tonight. That's all I got to say. All right. And shout out to the people in the fucking early birds, V-Unit family trappers, and all my other viewers. Be ready, because it's going to be a banger tonight. All right. Let's go. It's that time. All right. Do what you got to do to get your mind right. Do what you got to do to stay hydrated. Episode 488. Big E, Top G, Villarino Reptiles coming at you right now. Let's go. Choo!
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, God love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
here. Big E Top G. You know that was hard, bro. Come on.
What's up, man?
I'm probably gonna have to mute that after this live, so I don't, that way I don't get dinged on this channel. But anyways, I always wanted to do that. I was like, I want to play the Darth Vader anthem for this fool when he comes.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? I hope you guys heard it.
Nah, I didn't hear it.
Damn.
Yeah,
anyways,
I don't know. I heard silence, but
E forever.
Real quick to everyone out there, I want to introduce the real CEO real quick.
Oh, there she is, Liz. What is good, bro? I'm talking. Hey, shout out to all the other halves out there. I'm telling you right now. Honestly, you actually saved my ass too last time you were here. You helped me so much. Oh my God, God bless your heart. But we'll never let this guy do another dab in his life again, will we?
Yeah, no.
Hey,
Not
Liz,
your style.
hey, Liz, you're really one of the realest. I'm telling you right now, like what makes this guy what he is having somebody like you, ride or die for sure. And it just wows me that you guys have kids. Like I don't even want to call them kids, like you have two of them that are just like doing so great in life. It's so motivating. And I just want to say thank you so much for being awesome.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Yeah.
And I like your shirt. And I love your shirt. Your shirt's amazing.
Oh, yeah. I gotta wrap it. CEO approved.
Oh my God.
All right.
So
Bye,
Liz. But what is good, my man? Listen, you've been first and foremost. Now you're on the show. I'm going to say thank you for coming through so many times for me. But I don't feel like I have to force it, man. I feel like you love it. It looks like you're having a good time being a part of New Breed on the Block. What's it like? Kind of not only just talking to so many new people coming in, but your community, the V Unit family, the Trap family. You see so much growth. I want to know what it feels like to be in the middle of all this, man.
Well, first, thank you because you back me up as much as I back you up. Yeah, man, my story is pretty much what I'd say to what you just asked me about the V Unit and stuff. It's about being a little afraid and tentative, but still going through the fucking wall.
Yeah,
doing it. Being fearless and just going for it. You know what I mean? Bro, it's been 18 months since you called me to be on New Breeder on the Block. And
been that long, bro? 18 months.
That's and it feels like it was, and honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, it feels like it was 5 years ago. Because we're going so fucking fast.
Yeah, we are. We're pumping, man. But honestly, it's like something where does it feel like we're doing a lot, because it's like, you don't really count the times you go to the gym. You know what I mean? You don't count the times that you put in work. You just do it, and I feel like that's why it's flying by. You have a lot going on also, like one of the biggest things about you, Emilio, and I feel like you do that when I mean what you do is like you kind of remind everyone what your day-to-day is because those numbers matter. And I think you're a big numbers guy. Obviously, everyone knows numbers mean a lot to you because in business, numbers should matter to you. And I feel like that's where a lot of people fail because they don't understand the number side of things, right? You have a background, obviously, not even with you being a full-time reptile breeder, but just your profession, I felt like kind of groomed you into becoming this dialed in, you would say. So that's kind of like one thing you could give credit to busting your ass out of 9 to 5 for so many years, right?
Well, it wasn't a 9 to 5. It was more like a
12 to 12.
12-hour shift.
Right.
Yeah, it was all over the place. But big time customer service background, big time dialed in with numbers and constantly evaluating KPIs, key performance indicators. I mean, all that. I mean, I advocate that to everyone out there. You have to constantly be assessing everything you're doing at all times.
And, I've talked to you about this before, obviously, you've been on New Breed on the Block, but the moment, when was the moment you're kind of looking at your job, which was your 12 to 12, and then you're looking at how you could be this like precise and this dialed in breeding snakes to where you could do it for a living? Like when did that even become a possibility in your mind? Like even when you're like, oh, well, that's fucking impossible. But when were you even messing around in your head about it?
If I had to pinpoint a year, because I did this for a long time, trade to produce the stuff I wanted for myself that I couldn't afford. But as the collection slowly grew, I would say that once I started getting unhappy at work, I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. And, sales continue to go up every year. But getting back to the year, I would say it was 2016. 2015, 2016 is when I really said to myself, okay, I'm going to turn this into something for real.
And was your wife included right off the bat? Like when did you kind of start sharing these ideas to the family? Because you obviously your decisions affect everybody, right? So, and that's kind of like the thing that stresses me out, but it's kind of good stress because you kind of live for this moment to be a man in life, right? And I just don't know, man. You did this at a young age, like what I'm going through. You were a fucking kid. You were a kid yourself, and it's. I am thankful that I'm going through this after all the mistakes I've made, but even then, like, am I ready for shit? Like, I don't know, but your decisions that you make obviously affect the whole family. So when did you start talking to Liz about, listen, my job fucking sucks. Like, were you one to share about your shitty days at work with Liz? Like,
yeah. There was no way to hide it.
It's important, right? Like, I feel like that's another thing. Like, a lot of people have shitty days at work, but don't tell the family, like, because maybe they don't want that energy, or maybe they don't want them to be worried, but there is a lot of stuff that isn't spoken about because a lot of people keep that shit at the door, which is healthy, but it's not healthy. So that's why I'm wondering, like, Liz has always been on top of you not liking your life working the job that you're doing.
Yeah. My former employer is one of the best companies out there because they always have a foot up your ass.
Right. On you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I did very well, very, very, very well in that atmosphere for a very long time till tragedy started to strike in the family here and there, things that happen in life.
Yeah.
And just being put at the top of the mountain to fail was a big part of me getting tired of that situation. I did my 20 years. With me, it's kind of been a perfect storm because, yes, I got the customer service background. I got the business acumen. I'm a really nice guy. I do my best to make people happy. But on top of that, fiscally, I've made very good decisions. So when you put all this together, living under your means, for a long time, building towards a path to get out of something you hate for 8 years. That's why I've been able to get to where I am. Then COVID came. COVID amped up, all types of shit, right? Our sales in the ball pythons, my employer's freaking stock portfolio, which I have a lot of stock in there. Everything was blown up, right? So, and then also me just paying attention to detail, bro. Paying attention to detail, knowing that as a successful business, I should be selling everything in the reptile industry.
Now, I want to stop you right there because these detailed things that you're recommending, right, obviously lead to you keeping KPIs for even what you do now, right? Or KPIs. I'm sorry. Yeah. But so these key point indicators, what are those for you? Like what are
key performance indicators?
So what are those for you?
Are you up in sales? How much profit are you making off of this selected item? How much profit percentage did you make at this show? How much did it cost you to do this show? Bro, once you go down that rabbit hole, you could break down everything. So yeah, that's the type of that's what I'm talking about.
But I'm also leading to because you are talking, what it seems like really like snake cells, right? But you're way more dialed in with other stuff other than snakes, like the mice production, right? You talk a lot about how much mice you're pulling weekly and whatnot. But like, how much of that stuff matters to you numbers wise? Like, how much and what kind of numbers are you counting when it comes to breeding mice? Like, how are you pulling what you need? How are you pulling for like people you could sell to? Because I always was curious with that.
Well, what I could tell you is I've broken down how much each tub is producing for me perfectly.
Like on an average, or is it like just a consistent?
It's right on point, bro.
Wow.
Especially with the way I'm doing it. So yeah, I mean, I count everything daily. I count what I pull. I keep a monthly tally. I know that's how I'm able to chart the way forward. You know, I mean, pretty much per tub, I'm producing about 30 mice per tub a month.
Okay.
So, you know, I multiply the tubs, and guess what? I'm getting exactly what I charted to get.
And how long did it take you to like get that dialed in? Like for you to understand how much is producing per tub, and not only that, like production, like as far as what you freeze and whatnot. Like, you know,
Well,
it seems like you are just, you know, like you go into like how you would your 12 to 12, but it's obviously your own business and you're your own boss, which makes everything easier, right?
Well, here's the thing. Even in the chat, sometimes people are fucking surprised that I'm actually counting the shit. You know, people don't want to do that. That's extra work. It takes time, right? It
does.
So that's the main thing, putting the time in and the effort into really figuring this out, right? And it's the same with the snakes. You know, detail. And bro, knowledge is power. You know, numbers don't lie, right? I lost my train of thought. There was something I was gonna say. But yeah, if I have a specific amount of customers that buy for, let's say, colubrids, right? So a certain way that I pull the animals also opens up that animal to get into breeding a little faster. So I might be doing more with less than some people out there, because I'm pulling like a bunch of different sizes for different customers and for myself.
Now, how much of the customer base do you rely on, though? I mean, do you produce to where you have to fucking sell, or else you're in trouble, or is it just more like overflow that you know you could just get rid of if you don't need it?
Well, again, let's use Mark Mandick's phrase that I love. I slowly grew into the mouse business. Okay, I started slowly growing to see if it could work for me, right? In 23, I think I started with a rack and a half. You know, slowly started adding racks as I added customers. I was never overrun with any product, with any rodents. Everything I produce pretty much either I use or is gone by hopper size.
Yeah.
So it's dialed in like perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of gone, any customers that like are gone, like meaning like fell off, you know, just fell off? You know, like COVID breeders or something. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that falls off.
Yeah, there's a couple, but I mean, honestly, bro, I can't lie to you. Like, I sell to everyone, right? So I have so many customers that I mean, I can remember a few that are gone. You know, some people, they get in really fast and they just don't have they don't have not that they don't have a backbone. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just they don't make sound financial decisions, or they put too much in.
Or maybe their vision's not as clear as it should be, right? Because at the end of the day, like, you know, I just had a phone call with a guy I just met today. His name's Josh. Shout out to Josh. You know, we were just talking about, like, you know, people come in with deep pockets, right? And this is why when people have deep pockets, it's almost a dangerous thing to have, right? Like, you have to, I hope, oh God, if you come into this with deep pockets, your heart's deeper for the snake, you know, because if it's not, and you see all this stuff that's going on, you automatically think that your money that you're buying for this expensive snake will come back for sure. And you don't have to do much for it. It's just breed it, let me sell it. But that's where people get lost at, you know. There's a whole business aspect side of things. Like, there's a lot of things people don't realize they should be doing before they're even breeding. Like before there is even before there's even any kind of breeding, there are boxes that should be checked, right? Like that, Mark Mandic, what a fucking, I'm not saying he invented that phrase, but he said it here on the show. You don't go into business, you grow. And the thing is, like, it's a blessing, right? To say we do what we do for a full fucking time living. Like, holy shit. But
yeah,
don't the stars and the hard work and the perfect timing, doesn't that all that shit have to align, Emilio? Like,
yeah.
And the thing is like, there's no timeline on when this could happen. Like, bro, you got into this in 2010. You know what I'm saying?
2007.
2007. But breeding, you're breeding even in 2000. It doesn't matter. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can't. Like, here's the thing. Like, people think I got into this too fast, right? And maybe I did. But guess what? My passion and my love outweighed how fast I was trying to get into business. Like, I did what I could so I could keep getting more animals I was obsessed over. I didn't give a shit about making money off the breeding. And I never knew breeding would ever bring so much, It just happened on its own. But people move too fast, Emilio, because of their pockets sometimes. And that's a dangerous position to be in, bro. It really is.
I think we all kind of got in this somewhat the same, right? I had a
for the most part. You would say at least 8 out of 10 people on an average. You know what I mean?
I had a full rack of animals by month. I would say month 7. I mean, that's a lot of animals to just in the first year. A full rack, maybe 10 animals. I would say that's a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's people out there that do a lot more than that. Granted, right?
Right.
But getting back to what you were saying about people with the deep pockets. I mean, you know what, man? Across the board, even people with light pockets, they jump in pretty hard too.
And they take it harder when things don't work out because they can't. They're living. Okay, here's the thing. Very good point, Emilio, because you think, the deeper pockets are the ones who are going to lose harder, but usually people with deeper pockets know how to get their pockets deeper again. Like, that's their lifestyle, right? They will take a loss like it's nothing. But you have these people who literally are living way beyond their means when it comes to fucking these breeder pro. Like I'm talking about putting in shit that should be like going somewhere else, and then it doesn't work out. I really, really feel deep, Harley. Well, I don't want to say I feel sorry for those people because, god damn, like this is something where you should really take note of. Like, and we talk about this numerous times. Like, you got to be smart. That's why. Okay, so Emilio, how do we not promote somebody thinking about going into business without thinking about how much they could really spend and afford on a project that maybe they want to do down the road? Like how does someone even determine a budget for that without thinking about money? This is the thing, Emilio. This is the confusing thing about ball pythons, right? Because to me, like behind closed doors, but I don't give a fuck. I'll say it right now. When I think of ball pythons, I think of money. That's just me. I get excited. And I can't help it. So I can't be a hypocrite, right? How do I tell somebody to come into this and not be excited like that, right? But at the end of the day, they should be thinking about money, how much they're dropping on a female, how much they're dropping on a male, even if it's their first or second or third one, because all this should make sense at some point, right?
What I would tell you is that, yes, everybody does think about money, but I would say to people out there that what matters the most is the passion for the animals, the longevity that you're willing to put in, the work you're willing to put in, and that's what's going to make or break you at the end of the day, no matter how much money you put in. That's how I feel about it. Because at the end of the day, there's competition on every level in this game. Even
ball pythons especially, bro. Like ball pythons, bro. This is why some people are not having as much fun as others, is because they're doing what other people are doing too much. Like there's obviously, like, everyone talks about the pastel thing, but if you really think about it, there is a little bit too much pastel out there. Let's be honest, because a lot of people weren't paying attention, and they just happen to have shit that they were breeding for the fuck of it, right? And due to so many people doing that, there is an overload of something, right? I'm not saying, listen, we don't hate pastel. We don't hate pastel.
Like right now, there's people like losing their fucking mind because they can't believe that they put the amount of money they put in and they got into the right projects right? They got into stuff that's not super saturated, let's say, right? And they can't sell it. There is competition on every level, no matter what. Are you ready for that competition? Are you ready to grind it out? Are you ready to take your business in some ways that you didn't expect to? Are you willing to sell certain things or do more shows than you expected? You got to go out there and get the money. You got to go out there and chase it. It's not easy.
I mean, it's that's the thing. Not only is it not easy, but it's unpredictable too, right? Everything we do for the most part could be really fucking awesome one day, and then the next day, what's going on, right? But that's almost in anything you're going to do in life. Everything has its ups and downs, and I do know something about the ball python game, right? There are people out there with projects who refuse to even say anything right now and just waiting. Like, I got to tell you, the whole Will Morrow's technique, like I say, what Will did when he was stacking his shit and being quiet, a lot of people are doing that right now. Okay. And they refuse to post shit because they're just waiting. They're letting everyone be desperate. They're letting people just post whatever they want for sale. That's what's kind of fucked up is, well, I haven't been paying that much attention to it lately, but you see a lot more people posting snakes that are available versus their holdbacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's always sell, 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 sell. And I've been saying this, all right, a little fucking tip for you guys out there. People are looking for snakes that you're holding back. They're not looking for the fucking snakes that are on bids and for fucking, you know, I'm just saying, if you want to make somewhat the value of the snake that you're selling, stop fucking selling everything. Hold some shit back. Get people hungry for it. You know what I mean? Is that hard?
I can tell you, I have my next 5 to 10 years charted out already.
You have to.
And
especially
guess what?
Especially you, bro. You have to.
It's for the market, but it's mainly for me. I have everything I need to run a successful business on every level. But guess what, bro? I'm even doing this full time. Bro, my stuff is more important. And it goes to what you're saying. Everyone wants your holdbacks, but I'm not playing that game, bro.
Right. But listen, because you can't. The reason why you're not playing that game, Emilio, because you don't have to. That's the thing, right? There are people who are like, I got to keep my lights on. There are people who can't afford the rodent bill.
But I have to say, I'm a full-time business, and I'm prepared to pay the bills with everything else. Right. That's what's helped me, you know. Shout out to CocoDude.com.
Yeah, shout out to the chipper.
The chipper. Chris.
Hey,
we got the chipper. We got the
24% off the entire year. Go to CocoDude.com. TrapFam24. Chris, you're my dog. Thank you so much.
We got the chipper. We got the mice. We got the merch for real. 3D.com. Check out this shirt. V-Unit swag. Okay, we got 2 days left.
Who designed
this out? We got the chipper, mice, ball pythons on every level. Okay. The merch. I'm doing 30 shows a year. All right. Killing the shit locally. Bro, and I know that sounds cocky, but 18 months ago, I went on New Breeder on the Block before me and you were really fucking like partners, dog. You're my fucking like one of my best friends right now, right?
For sure. What do you mean right now? What do you mean? What do you mean right now? Like, does it change tomorrow? Like, what do you mean with that?
No,
right?
I mean compared to back then.
Okay.
Think about what I'm saying. So don't think that you're my boy, dog. You're my boy, Blue.
Hey, pause. Milo says I react very quickly, and it's very true.
Yes,
I'm a quick reactor. That's part of my ADD, my ADHD. I swear to God, I react very quickly.
So 18 months ago on New Breeder on the Block, I told you I'm sharpening the knife.
Yep.
I'm gonna take a piece of every piece of the pie. I'm gonna take a little piece of the pie, and that's what I'm doing, little by little, taking a little piece of the pie of everything I can. And guess what, bro? That's the American way.
Yeah, but kind of going back to because the title of tonight's big meat and potatoes as far as the episode, right, is pressure being a full-time ball python breeder, right? And I don't know, pressure is not always a bad thing. Like, do you feel like you almost put pressure on yourself on purpose and because that's what you need to do? And I feel like that's what I kind of want to break down and explain different types of pressure being a full-time ball python breeder, reptile breeder. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about that. What kind of pressure do you feel like you put on yourself sometimes?
Well, in the beginning, what I could tell you is when I got away and I started this full time. It's in August. It'll be 2 years, right?
Respect.
2 years full time and about 6 to 8 real strong part time years. And I don't know, bro. Breeding snakes is not enough for me. So then I started, doing other stuff with the business, adding other stuff because other responsibilities. Because one thing I missed about work was structure, right? Yeah. So I started structurally adding things to my weeks, my seasons, whatnot.
Give us an example.
I have a real schedule now overall for the whole week,
as far as like Mice Day is
like Mondays I typically when I have a ton of hatchlings, Mondays I feed hatchlings. Tuesdays Mondays now I do the podcast with you. That's another thing we added.
Scheduled.
Yes. Tuesdays or Wednesdays I ship. Tuesdays I'll either clean hatchlings or clean adults, right? Depending. Wednesdays I feed the adults. During the breeding season, Thursday, sometimes I'll ultrasound, or Friday. I mean, bro, there's something to do every single day.
Right.
Thursdays and Fridays are the days that things are a little calmer. But again, Thursday or Wednesday, sometimes I'll clean all the adults. So, right. I mean, again, and then the weekends, Friday, you get ready for shows when there's a show weekend. And then Saturday and Sunday, you're at the shows.
What's your average show at this point? Like, you're hitting shows, you would say every other how many weeks? I would say like you're hitting them pretty consistently, bro.
It's more than half the year.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a grind, man. Anyone that's done it out there, there's some big breeders out there that they used to do 40 shows a year. They know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a grind. But guess what? If I don't go to that show, I'm giving up my sales to someone else.
Yeah. And guess what? You just have more work on your plate.
Yeah. And not only that, if you don't go to that show, you're losing that table.
And that's another thing too, right? Like you want to stamp your fucking foot into that show where people that's another thing too, right? It comes with you being there all the time where people know you're going to be there. Even people who maybe window shopped you at one point might be ready with some pockets, you know what I'm saying? And might throw something at you, But either way, you don't want to give that spot up to nobody else. You don't. That's a fact.
Hey, so Mad Ball Pythons is saying, bro, of course I'd change water twice a week.
I think that person's trolling. Has to be.
No, that's my boy.
Okay, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure he's probably acting
he's messing with me right now. He's messing. I didn't mention the water, and he's giving you props on the water changes.
Yeah, my guy.
Yeah.
Bro, there's some daily water change soldiers out there that I created, and they're like fucking. They're no joke. And I thought I had an assassin here ready, and I'm like, oh no. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Water is super important. But yeah. 36 shows. Paul's in the chat. 36 shows. Is that Paul? Like For Real Media? Is that him? Yeah, that's Paul, man.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Paul, man. Paul, can we get that phone call, please? Jesus, we need to talk.
Yeah, you both. I think that's gonna happen.
It's mainly me, dude. He's always like, trust me. Anytime he does call me, something up. So no, I got you, Paul. Anyways.
So yeah, anytime that I can't go to a show, I'll get one of my close V unit members here in Florida. They'll back me up and they'll go and they'll take the tables. I mean, we built an amazing family, bro, with the V unit. I love my people, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, got to. How can you not? You got people, there's people who ain't got no people. You know what I'm saying? Like but you have respectfully built that. Like you didn't buy that or, you can't. Here's the thing. And I don't want to go too deep on this because we already said our piece on Monday night. But at the end of the day, man, like to think about people who want to be around you because what you're doing, right? Only because it makes them feel like it gives them some sort of like boost. And all I want is the people to feel like they have a fucking shot in this, you know? And what I mean by this is just like, you know, producing something someday and maybe
doing it together.
Yeah, and possibly selling something, you know, and
Yeah.
to where like, holy shit, what do you know? This is working out, you know, possibly. Because guess what? It doesn't work out for everyone, obviously, as we talk about. Like, it's not like this isn't a long-term thing for everyone because people come in this different situations and it just doesn't work out. But I hope that's not you out there listening at all. Like
what I'll tell you is, and you say this all the time, and I give you all the credit where credit is due. This is your phrase. You know, we're all gonna eat.
We're all gonna eat, man.
Bottom line, I mean, we're gonna take care of our people. We're gonna take care of people out there. We're gonna take care of the industry. I'll say this till I'm freaking blue. I think I'm saying it correctly. I'm blue in the head.
Face, but yeah, you're good.
Blue in the face, whatever.
Blue in the head. Pause, bro.
Yeah, hey, whatever, man. Yeah. We need to grow this industry and nurture it and love it and take care of it. We also said something through text today. You know, we built something. We built, you know, through the passion and the love of the animals. And we also said, damn, but we also built our own thing. Bro, it's progression is intoxicating.
Yeah, you know, and some people are able to have some sort of like influence. And what I mean by influence is like positive influence. All I know is like there's things that have changed our lives for the better that could possibly change someone else's life. And for the first time in my life, I actually think of stuff like that. I never used it. I would say this all the time. I was a very selfish person coming into this game, but all that has changed, you know, because I do know a lot of the reasons why I was the way I was super unhappy with myself, you know, and a lot of people act different when they're unhappy with themselves. It's crazy how they notice that too. Like when you go from being super unhappy with yourself, where you're kind of see yourself progressing and you're becoming this person you want to be, you see a lot of things. Like your eyes just start to open, you know? But kind of going back to like Emilio, like, you know, like there's people out there, Emilio, been breeding way longer than you have, and they can't give up their 9-to-5 because they never did anything with their breeding, you know? And this kind of goes to the whole, like, can you breed and handle being a business person at the same time? Because if you can't handle the business aspect side of things, you're only going to go so far breeding snakes, especially in 2024. Because guess what? Motherfuckers are about their business. There are some sharp people out there and people who aren't taking any shortcuts, people who are trying to look their best, people who are fucking doing their homework. The competition is thicker than ever right now in the ball python game.
That's why I've brought up quite a few times in the past. I use the term professional. I've used it quite a few times on our episodes because people need to understand out there that they are going against professionals that have been doing this a very long time.
And also professionals at other things in life too.
Yes,
like I'm talking about all around life professionals,
yeah.
not just snakes.
And people bringing it to something they love. That shit's unstoppable, man.
Yep.
You know, if you blend in your strengths into something that you love so much, because you know what? Recently, someone on a podcast, it might have been one of our episodes, said that there's other things that they can make more money, you know, if they did those things, right? But we're doing what we love. And bro,
say that again. Nobody said that on this podcast.
I heard that somewhere where they said,
you said that I could be making more. Like they said that in like what way though? Like
I might have heard it in a clip on IG or something that someone said, I'm in this for the animals and the love of the animals because I could be making more money doing something else.
Right. Okay.
With my time. And you know what? That's not necessarily wrong. Right. You know? So
that's for sure, Billy. Shout out to Billy.
I don't remember who it was, but the point is that, bro, I love what I do, and I'm gonna grow old doing this shit. I'm gonna die doing this shit. I fucking love it, man. I love it, and I see that in you as well, and I think that's why we've become such good friends and brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know, here's the thing: like, it's can't be best buds or fucking, you know, like-minded with everybody, because that's just not reality. And if someone, it seems like they're like-minded with everyone, well, guess what? They're fake as fuck. And it's so easy to see a fake person because they get along with everyone. That's kind of like a big red flag for me. Big red flag, right?
Yeah.
So, but
our circles are kind of small, and
yeah,
I wanna address something, right?
Sure.
Just like me and you are gonna be talked about one day, or even now, that we inspire and help our people. There's people that are very tough on me for always fucking showing mad love to the people that have gotten me to where I am here today. Bro, check yourself. Check yourself, because without these people that we talk about all the time, you wouldn't even be making a fucking penny.
Yeah.
All right. And
Yep.
I don't gotta say no names.
You don't have to either, because you really don't, bro. Because this is one of the biggest things that I'm noticing, that, like, you know, it's just part of life, right? But you know how many motherfuckers are only at where they're at because of certain individuals in this game. One of those people being Mark Bailey. And I know Mark is a humble, he's one of the most humbled individuals. I don't got to tell you this, Emilio, because you met him and you know exactly.
We text all the time.
You know exactly who the fuck Mark Bailey is. But for anyone out there who don't know who Mark Bailey is, this guy has put on your favorite breeder on so many different levels, you don't even fucking know it. And do they ever give him props? Do they ever shout him out? No. You know what I mean? But he's one of many people that do not get any respect after fucking putting so many other people on. Barczyk's definitely one of them. Rest in peace, my fucking brother Barczyk. You know how many people Barczyk put on, and they still try taking him out? Motherfuckers, you gotta be kidding me.
I could tell you, rest in peace, Brian. Like, that guy, I honestly, man, I'm gonna sit here and tell you, I still can't believe he's gone.
Yeah, that's crazy. That I had a moment this morning, man, and I can't believe it. I still can't believe he's gone.
That fucking energy, man. That energy was partially our lifeline, right? In the hobby. But getting back to Mark, bro, I've been texting Mark at least 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah. And guess what? I've been in the game going on 19 years now, right? But that man has 35 years in the game. Guess what, bro? Guess what? He always has my ear. No matter what. You know why? Because that fucking guy has done this 35 years, and he's a huge part of where it is today. And you know what I call him? OG. Every time I tell him, thank you, OG. You know, thank you for texting me today, for giving me your time. Bro.
I say thank you for still being here, bro. Like, you know how many people in his era are long gone? Like not only long
interested. Thank you for still being interested.
He cares, bro. Like, you remember the words. You remember the words he first told you when you guys met. I guarantee you'll never forget those words. And guess what? I'll never forget. He pulled me aside at a Tinley. I met this guy at a Tinley, bro, and he told me how great he thought I was doing things, and I'll never fucking forget that. But
bro, his kind words, like, that guy's golden, bro, platinum. Like, I love the guy.
But
thank you so much for introducing me to him.
100%, bro. But how hard is it to thank somebody, like, or just even say, you know what, this person helped me out so much?
No, like, show respect.
Like, why can't you show respect to somebody who put bread on your fucking table?
And people that have paved the way, bro.
Yeah, man. I even got people to this day that I'm not even that close with, but I'll always let the people know what they've done for me. You know what I mean? Ball Pythons 101, Chris Search. I haven't talked to that guy in 3 years, and I'll still give him all the props in the world for fucking being the first breeder out there to help me out when everyone else was giving me wrong information, lying to me, you know? And then it was Miguel. Miguel changed my fucking life. Are you kidding me? And I'll always give those people love and respect. To the day I fucking die, no matter how close I am to them, I will always give people like that my respect. Always.
By the way, Chris seriously is still killing it.
Oh, dude, I heard he's one of the #1 sellers on MORPH market. From what I heard, he's
quietly killing the shit. Yeah.
But dude, when you have that life-changing moment, you kind of become a beast. You know what I mean? Looks like Chris became that inner beast, and he's fucking killing it. And I'm happy for him. Super, super happy for him, man. And I hope he hears this somehow. But I'm super happy for you, Chris, and just keep doing good things, bro. I really am. But honestly, it can kind of go out there and show you how much this game can mature you, man. Like, so many people come into this game a fucking wreck. I was a big wreck, bro. Why are you in the chats right now? Emilio, you're getting interviewed. I wouldn't even look at the chats right now because that's a violation. You're not co-hosting. You are being interviewed. Stay out.
Gotcha.
But
see, that was doing 35 freaking episodes and get used to certain behaviors. My bad.
But right now it's like you're at a concert and you're on the mic here. You don't take your eyes off the screen, buddy. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I'm just kidding. No, but listen. Going back to pressure, which I want to talk about a different type of pressure, okay? Because this is
there's something I left out real quick of that pressure. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Every day I wake up, I have to progress. Okay, I'm not working for someone. MJ, you know this. Every single day you wake up, you have to chart your day and kick some fucking ass because guess what? It's MJ's ass. It's Emilio's ass. There's no corporate company paying Emilio and MJ. Right? So you know exactly what that pressure is, man.
But there's levels to it.
Oh, yeah.
And what I mean by levels to pressure is, you want to know something crazy? I saw something on Instagram, or I forgot what it was, but it was some like scientist or something, and he put something like he had some sound thing in his ear, and he put it to a tree, and he showed what the sounds make, what the inside of a tree makes the sound. Am I fucking saying this right? What's wrong with me? He put some microphone to the fucking tree and was able to hear what was happening inside that tree, and there was a bunch of cracking and like
vibration.
No, it's basically cracking. The structure of the tree is getting like it's from the wind and all this shit's pressuring. It's like it's kind of like going through it and trying to keep its shit together because of all the things happening outside in the world, right? But what I'm saying is these pressures comes with growth. And if you're not trying to grow, you're not really testing yourself. All right. I want to talk to you about your production because we talked a little bit. You know, you kind of told me what you're on pace to hit this year. And then I asked you, what's the most amount of snakes you've had produced in a year? And what was that number?
388.
So 388 snakes you've produced. You could possibly hit how many more? I'm sorry. So what's the total amount? Everything goes well this year, on track. How many babies could you hit this year?
Between 530 and 560. Okay.
So close to 600 snakes.
Yeah.
We're in 2024 where all we hear about is like, you know, only breed with what you really want to hold back, what you really want to love. Are you telling me that you are wanting to hold back and wanting to love all 500
plus? I'm a full-time business. I'm a full-time business, and I sold the last 2 years. I've sold about 700 snakes, 600 snakes.
But what I'm asking you right now, Emilio, how much of that stuff is potentially looking to be held back?
Oh, for me, I can easily tell you I'd probably be holding back this year about maybe 60.
And is that an average for you as far as like even close?
No, I was keeping 30, 35.
So you're even going to double the holdbacks that you were going to hold back this year.
Yeah, because it's time. And, you know, now that I'm a full-time business, this is I have to be real detailed, and I have to start moving on from certain things. Honestly, the last 5 years, I've probably sold 6 or 7 breeder females. Some of this stuff, some of my females are going to be replaced, sold as pets. So yeah, I'm expecting to go through a little a revamp to an extent, much like I did, the last 2 years with what I brought in. But Bro, I sell a ton of stuff. I sell a little bit of everything. So, bro, I have 20 snakes left from last year. 20.
Right. So
it's not like I have-
let's skip. I don't mean to cut you off, but let's skip things to 12 months from now, and let's say you have 20 snakes next year, plus all the 200 plus ones you just produced on top of that.
Well, I mean, I've never. I could tell you, knock on wood, I've never had a year where I have more than 25 snakes left.
So I'm just saying, you're confident you could sell 200 plus more snakes and still have around 20 snakes available here.
Well,
I'm look, like you tell everyone out there who hates on the trap, be real, right?
I'm being real.
We're being real right now.
Guess what? I've never done Daytona. I never have snakes. So the goal for 25, honestly, is to have some snakes to do Daytona. I want to do Daytona. I've never been able to do Daytona because first, I wasn't doing shows. Second, I never had the product.
Right.
And I hate to call snakes product, but honestly, let's be real. Like I never had animals to sell at Daytona, and I want to have them now.
Farm
and
stuff.
Guess what, man? I want to be in business.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, at my employer, I had to stay in business. You can't sell air. Okay. I mean,
this kind of air you could sell, just so you know.
I mean, you can't sell air, bro. I mean, you got to be ready.
So let's talk about how you're going to be ready, man. And all I'm saying is, let's kind of put this in perspective here, right? I'm saying you had some good sales, right? Because you had last year was your biggest number, 300 something animals you produced, right? So it seems like you're on a trend here to get higher and higher and higher. Okay. So is your game plan is to keep tackling these fucking shows is what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing shows. This is what, how can I say this? This is my bread and butter now.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
So because listen, at first, Emilio, when you're hitting these shows, it just seems like, all right, this fool's dabbling and maybe getting his foot in there whenever he can. But after I saw how many shows you're going to, now this is going to be your fucking your go-to. This is how you're going to get stuff off.
Well, that and Morph Market. Morph Market. By the way, shout out to Darian. Morph Market's better than ever.
All right. It's good to hear Darian get a little bit of props. God bless him.
Hey, gotta be real, bro.
Yeah.
Anyone out there, tell us in the chat. Morph Market is better than ever.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. When you're asking people to tell you, people who are actually selling on Morph Market, not Mr. fucking people in the stands in the fucking cheap seats with their popcorn and their fucking weird looking faces. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people who are actually using Morph Market. Thank you. Because I guess what? People who are selling Morph Market ain't complaining. Go.
Well, what I can tell you is we had to get used to Darian. Okay? We had to get used to him, But overall, the website is better than ever.
Damn, this person has a point.
No. Hey, I don't agree with
I'm
that.
gonna shut up.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with everything.
Yeah.
But overall, everyone out there, if they took a poll, I bet you it will be overwhelming that Morph Market is better than ever.
Listen, I have certain obviously like standards in my life, right? But whatever Darian has done, I don't give a fuck about. Okay. If Darian's clowning and being Mr. fucking mean, Morph, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to sell snakes on Morph Market. He could be whoever the fuck he wants to be to a certain extent, obviously. Like there are, like I said, I have some sort of boundaries when it comes to being a decent human being, and he is a decent human being. He's just Darian. He don't give a fuck. So whatever. I'm just here to sell snakes on Morph Market. I don't care what the fuck he does. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to be caught into that like getting banned and like I'm just here to sell snakes, man. And that's it. I'll tell Tire Kicker to fuck off just by not responding. That's it.
And then let's go back to the production, right?
Oh yeah, please. Because that also
no, because I got something I want to say to that. That thinking, oh, he's producing too much. Okay, because people think like that.
Oh, for sure.
Who the hell is anyone to tell another business how to run their business when they don't know how well someone's doing, or if they're selling out, or if, you know, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. You can't tell another podcast when to go on, how many nights to go on. You can't tell a breeder not to produce X amount of snakes. You have to try to compete with that person, because this is America, bro. Either you make it or you don't make it. You gotta strive and fight every single day to make it. If the house down the street is burning, I'm gonna send the fire truck. I'm gonna call the fire department. Okay, I might even go help turn off the fire, but I ain't gonna burn my house down because someone else's house is burning. I don't know if that example makes sense for everyone out there, but again, if someone's failing out there, I'm not gonna do what they're doing. You know, I'm not gonna follow their footsteps. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna produce this amount of. I'm just gonna run out of snakes and not have them. That's not happening.
My thing is, you know, we're talking about, you know, getting mentored by some of the best people in the game. Mark Bailey, right? We talked about Mark Bailey already so much tonight, but I'll keep doing it. He always comes in my room and always asks and double checks about my overhead, right? Mainly because he knows I have a new son. You know, Lily works a lot, and he knows I sometimes struggle with like spending so much time in here. So he's always fucking on top of my shit, right? But I always, like, anyone I care about, I always think of the same thing, especially animals. Like, is your overhead good? Like, are you not doing what you need to do to make sure you're not overloading yourself, right? And I just think like even if you're hitting shows all the fucking time, 200 more babies to sell, to me, only because maybe I probably have about only 100 I ever get out of a year, probably most. But goddamn, that just scares me, bro. But I'm not you, and I'm not built like you at all in the ball python game. Like I look up to you a lot when it comes to fucking being established in the ball python game because of everything you've been standing on. And also, like, not too many people could do what you're doing right now, bro. Like, that's for sure. There's people.
Let me interrupt you for a minute, and like me and you have a bunch of different species. You have species that you're a little bit more passionate about, and you're gonna kill it with all those species, right? You have stuff that takes a little bit more time, right? What I would tell you is, just like me and you can compare our collections, right? Because of the differences in them.
Well, I got no Xantic.
someone can compare their level to my level because I slowly grew this for 18 years. Look, I had moments during COVID where I said to myself, bro, fuck this. I'm going to produce. And I'm going to admit something to you, because we've had guests in the past try to say also that, okay, we're going to go for the jugular and we're going to produce X amount of snakes. During COVID, bro, I saw shit flying so fast where I said to myself, bro, I'm going to produce 1,000 snakes. Right?
Damn.
Guess what? That ain't happening.
Yeah.
This is my
okay,
limit.
Okay, but when did you check yourself? At what point were you like, yeah, right, that ain't happening? When?
Well, when I started to add other ways, other responsibilities to make everything work better. I know that I probably lose passion if I overproduced too much. It would be, the animals will get hurt, I think. I would need another me. So I think going forward, this 85 to 90, or let's say 60 to 90 clutch range is probably where I'm going to be every year till I start to slow down in the future. The reason I say 60 to 90 is because for me, bro, honestly, 30 or 40 is a walk in the park.
Because we're talking about how many females are you pairing? It should be a walk in the park if you're pairing fucking 80 females.
Yeah, Well, that's another thing. My success rate for my females is close to 90%.
Right.
Yeah.
You're on pace to hit how many clutches this year?
85 verified today through ultrasound.
Okay, and out of how many females?
I would say it was 100.
That's fucking good right there. That's 80.
And some of those girls went very late last year. If they didn't go late last year, they would have gone. Some of those would have gone also. The ones that didn't go, they produced very late last year. So they started to grow a little bit of follicles, and then they reabsorbed them. They just didn't continue. So
that's still good though, man. And kind of understand too. Like I always say, because it is true in a sense, breeding ball pythons is easy until you start looking at numbers. Until you're like, okay, you're not breeding fucking 6, 7, or 8. Now you're breeding over 100. That's when things can get tricky, obviously, right? Because I love saying it, you can't fucking breed if you don't feed, right? That is very important. Looking at things, understanding things. When you have 100 of something, your attention to detail needs to be on fleek, right? I obviously just hearing on your ratio of what you are having to go based off what you're pairing, you have shit dialed down, bro. What do you give credit to? Is it the cycling, the food cycling? Is it the way you're pairing? You're very seasonal from what I know. So why don't you kind of break down what you feel like the success is overall with having such a great ratio?
Well,
not ratio, but percentage of success when it comes to pairing versus snakes.
Well, I'm very seasonal. I breed late October to, I'm going to say mid-May, because I still have some girls growing follicles now that they probably need one more lock. Maybe 3 or 4 females are still getting paired because, they're at that 12 to 16 point where I just want that one more lock, right?
And they're still eating, right?
Yeah, they're still eating. That said, so I go from mid-October, early November to May. May, it's over. The room is going to start warming up. Those females know that window is gone. The girls that were going to go late, they know that window's gone, so they're done. And bro, feeding, I think I fed the most that I've ever fed this year, because I bought my rats and I also retired ex-breeder mice that were like fucking candy for these snakes.
Yeah.
So I was switching over my mouse colonies and they got the mice as well, right? So I don't know if I mentioned earlier in the show, but last year was the first time that I actually produced less than the prior year. So 2022, I had 60 clutches. 23, I had 50 clutches. So automatically I knew, okay, 24 is going to be fucking nuts. As long as I do my shit and I'm on my game and I'm consistent. So I went back to full consistency mode, because I can say that for 23, oh my God, the market's saturated, I had a little bit of a different weather pattern. I did a couple things different in the room. So yeah, I feel like it affected me. So I went back to what I used to do, and I brought in an ultrasound for the first time. So I actually, this OG or whatever you want to call me, or veteran at 18 years, got an ultrasound. Okay. So now I'm using the technology to help what I see and what I know in the behavior of the animals for so long. And bro, it's been phenomenal.
You're going to give your credit to the fucking goddamn ultrasound right now is what you're telling me?
No, it helped me though. It gave me, it gave me an extra 5 clutches, I'd say, of girls that I didn't think would go.
No, I mean, it's facts. I mean, there are so many things, man, that aren't really spoken about as far as things not to overlook, right? And I do know, as far as if I have a male that's that important, and if I have females that are so important to go to this guy, how are you going to do it without an ultrasound? I mean, excuse me. I could definitely do it without an ultrasound. I'm just saying, how are you going to do it without an ultrasound, right?
Oh.
How are you going to do? How are you going to really, like? I'm sure people can. Like, I know there's people dialed in, but we were talking about males that you could lose easily, right? If you're not on top of your shit, you overwork a male, right? For whatever reason, you know, we're talking about that one powerful fucking franchise all-star hitter you have could just be wiped out if you're not careful.
All right, let me share this male example. I have a sunset head pied male. He is 450 grams. He is a spotty eater, right?
How old?
He's a year old.
Okay.
Now,
It's young.
Now, I'll tell you this. The ultrasound helped me get 4 clutches out of him. Being careful to breed him at the right moments with females and not overbreed him.
You paired a 400-gram male?
I paired a 400-gram male at a year old to 4 girls, and he's giving me 4 clutches.
How come I've never heard this before? That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
So I could pair males right now if I'm careful enough at 400 grams?
With an ultrasound. But he's a year old. But here's the thing, man. He's not a great eater and grower, but he's a massive breeder, right? I might, some people might hear this in the audience and say, damn, Emilio, like you're risking that animal. I didn't risk him. He's a great breeder. I was careful breeding him. Though each girl got about 2 or 3 locks at the right time, I didn't overbreed him to any of the girls. And there's males out there that are 1,000 grams, eat every freaking week, and they don't breed. So I would tell people out there that the ultrasound can help you in situations like that as well.
I think age has everything to do with it too, because one of my favorite snakes, also one of your favorite snakes when visiting, was that Super GHI Mojave Leopard Hypo, right? Mm-hmm. And she's fucking a 2020, bro. She's 4 years old and she's not even 1,000 grams. But why should that matter if she's fucking 4 years old? Like,
it doesn't matter.
Like, here's the thing. Like,
did you breed her this year?
No, I didn't. I will next year. But
okay, I bet you she had follicles.
Sure, I'm sure she did too. She was giving. She was in the colder spot of the tub. Definitely. I'm just not in a. I didn't have a plan for her, and I don't want to just throw anything at her. You know what I mean? But only because I was still trying to figure out this whole there should be a cutoff on the weight and blah blah blah. But even this year, and I will say, I kind of acted like I was very like, oh my god, you locked up a 400. Here's the thing. I'm gonna spill the beans too. My orange dream yellow belly. DG 100% het clown. I think it's pastel too. The one that you saw. It's like 480 grams. Definitely over a year old. Motherfucker's going to town.
Yeah.
And mind you, I did it thinking, dude, motherfuckers are gonna lose their mind over this. But I'm like, this fool's over a year old and he eats good. This guy's a monster. He just isn't big. Like he's not he's not a leopard that gets huge. You know what I'm saying? So also even like the chondro game and everything else, you go by age. You don't go off fucking weight. How can you determine everything's the same size? Like, I don't get it.
Look, I'm going to tell you guys, I wouldn't breed a male at 6 months. This male was a year old.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like
this male was a year old. He just eats when the hell he wants. And then I had a freaking year old, right? And he was 900 grams and he didn't touch a girl.
Insecurity.
He wanted to jump. If he could break the tub and get out, he would.
Yeah.
I mean, you have those too. So, I mean, carefully, you could take advantage. My plan to start with him was to put him to one girl, right?
Right.
But then when I saw this MFer, bro, going down and so fast,
yeah,
I said, okay, bro, like putting them in and bam. That's when you got a baller,
So since we're on the topic of this, why don't you kind of let the record reflect as far as where you feel comfortable pairing a first-time female? Like let's say she's at about 3 years old or whatever, right? I do think that, obviously we want size on a female before you pair her. First and foremost, that's important as far as like at a young age, right? We're talking about a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, right? When do you like what's a good weight you shoot for? My
girls in their 3rd winter with nice, steady feeding. I don't push my animals. They get, like, right now, my 950 gram, 1,000 gram DG clown female, she gets nice big wings. You know, I think I've given her one small rat. She eats every week. There's no reason for me to push the envelope. So yeah, my girls in that third winter, they're usually 1,600 to 1,800 grams. Sometimes more, depending on how voracious they are. Sometimes you'll get them to up to 2,200 in that third winter.
How many of the girls out of that like 20 or 10 that aren't going for you are like reabsorbing?
The ones that this year reabsorbed were late. They went late last year. And then there might have been a couple young ones. The young ones go at a lower rate that first chance.
Right.
Than the mature girls.
Do you think 1,500 grams is too small? I personally do not think 1,500 grams is too small, because by the time that female has eggs in her, she's gonna be fucking goddamn 2,000 grams. So
she's gonna be smashing food during the process.
She will be getting bigger after.
Yeah. Back in the day, people used to push for 2,000 grams, but I if I remember correctly, Brian started letting everyone know out there quite a few years back that 1,500 was fine.
That's my happy zone. I fuck with 12, 13 all day, every day. Especially if they're fat asses and they're eating, like they're just fucking just smashing. Then yeah, all of that.
Yeah, I bred a 1,200 gram female this year, and she's got freaking 19 millimeter follicles right now.
Facts. That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about hog noses. Just kidding.
I smiled though. I love hognose. I love them.
No. Okay, for real. I only said because I shout out to Alvaro in the building. Alvaro. No, you are definitely at a stage right now with not only making sure the brand is growing behind the ball pythons, which is your foundation, but you are definitely interested in other stuff. Okay. Second behind the ball pythons would be the hog noses for you, or what's the next project on your docket for you to be like, shit, I can potentially sell these someday?
Well, let me say this. Hognose are second because of patterns, colors, voraciousness. Bro, they're voracious eaters. They're fucking cute. I don't care what anyone says. But I love Angolans, man. It's just with Angolans, you're only breeding for Angolans, right? But
there's only one of them.
Yeah, but I like them so much that they're right there, right? And then I got my MBKs. I really like MBKs. And then after that, we'll see, man. I really like king snakes, so I might be getting into Cali kings going forward. Bro, I think multiple species is the way of the future. Hats off to you, bro. You're killing the game, bro.
Ah, man, I mean, I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. But diversity was something I got advised right off the bat by somebody. Like even when he saw how geeked out and how crazy I was over ball pythons, he was hooking me up with other stuff. Like, yo, if you can, man, have other stuff because it's gonna help you out. Only because it brings you different audience. Like you start getting eyes from all different areas, right? And mind you, I only worked still with stuff I was obsessed with, but that helped me out. It really did. Being diverse really takes you far, and almost anything. But in the reptile world, man, not just being one-sided onto one fucking project of a species of reptiles, dude. I mean, some people get away with it. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to Junior JMG Reptiles, man. That guy's fucking a beast. Like, I don't see anyone killing it on that guy on his level when it comes to hog noses. I think he gives credit to a couple other people, but in my eyes, man, Junior JMG Reptiles, that fool is like he's on the leading forefront for sure.
He's, in my view, he's the Justin of the hog nose game.
That's how I look at. That's how I look at.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
He's an inspiring dude.
Yeah. Very knowledgeable, bro. Like he's sharp too. Like he
you know, he starts to ramble about what he loves. And I love that shit because guess what? At shows sometimes, and even here, and I'll start rambling too. I'll start rambling in the chat. You know what? Because this is what we fucking love, dude.
Yeah, we get obsessed over it. Yeah.
You know, so yeah, shout out to Joey D, Meteoric Serpents, and Alvaro for kind of waking up that passion in me to get into other species. You know, Mike B, Snakes at Sunset as well. Yeah, man. I've learned a ton about the business from my buddy, and from a lot of the cats down here. So, yeah.
So what would be the next one if you can? Like, let's kind of give an insight to anyone out there wondering, like, well, is Emilio ever going to add anything else?
I'm having a hard time, but I like going forward in the future, maybe a green tree python, maybe a biak. You know, I really like those. They're really nice. I like yellowtail crebos, but I'm not sure yet on that.
That's a big colubrid, bro. Holy shit.
That's a big MF.
Yep.
But they're so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, they're neat.
I don't know, man. You know what? I can't be 50-50 on it. It has to be 100%. It has to be 80%. I have to be 80 to 90% in. If I'm 50% in, I don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If you do something at 50%, guess what? You're more likely going to hand that project off pretty quickly, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't look at things that I want. Like, if I'm very attached to like almost a lot of things I have in life. Anything in life, I get attached to easily, right? Especially my animals, though. If I get into something, bro, like I don't look at it as like, oh, maybe I could sell this one day. And I know there's people in there like this, and it sucks.
Yeah, poor males.
Dude.
Like for males, I don't. I could tell you, my males, I don't get really. What's that word you just used? Fuck. I don't get attached to the males, but the females, I don't know what it is, dog. They take longer to grow. You got to put more passion into raising them, bro. I don't let my females go, man.
Well, they're mamas. Like, it's like, come on, like they kind of get a little bit of special treatment. Like, you know, they're the one actually giving us what we can potentially either hold back or sell. So the moms are definitely more special. I think that's in life, though. Come on, that's why where the F would we be without the woman? You know what I mean?
Like, I can tell you for all the guys out there, hey guys, if you ain't on your game, bro, you get on your game, because males, all of us, we're all replaceable.
I'm glad we're locked in. We're good.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, but, you know, going back to, like, you know, because, you know, Emilio, I don't know if you're prepared for this, but I can't tell you when or if or whatever, but I have a good feeling that, you know, some of the people that support you will turn on you at some point. And I don't know why that is, or maybe there is certain things, but I got to tell you one thing that I see that a lot of people wish that they had or is another half, like somebody who supports them in this. And it sucks because, you know, we have it so good where we don't like, I mean, I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm like, holy shit, like I forget that not everybody has a Lily or a Lizette. Like we are kind of fucking beyond blessed because we have this support system, and you can only go so far if you don't have a support system. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest flex, is having another half in this hobby, bro. I really do.
Yeah. I have to give her mad props because she's always supported me throughout all this. She's killing it at the shows with me. I work the animals, you know, for the most part at home, right. But at the shows, bro, she's killing it. And again, in a relationship, you need both sides to give stability, right?
Yeah.
And I could tell you for 26 years, I've had stability, bro. And I've been able, again, to build this perfect storm through stability. I mean, and a solid foundation, also because of her. I can't. That's why I call her the real CEO. You know.
What would you do if, like, you know, somebody comes, joins the V unit family, wants to do breeding, but the other half isn't down for it, and they tell you that?
You try to change their mind and show them you know, what could be done, how happy it makes you, the growth and that you could entail as a person. Again, man, this is such a beautiful hobby we have. There's so many worse things that we could put our money into, our time. I think doing this makes people better in all phases of life, I'd say, man.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that scares me when it comes to thinking of this hobby is if I would have joined it in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I would have become a different person, but I'm just so happy that I came into this game where my life wasn't already together. My life was fucking pretty everywhere because it cleaned me up. But I know people who where this hobby, like it ruined their life. And I'm like, how can something like this ruin anyone's life? You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I can think of is straight fucking greed. When you're a greedy, dishonest person, like you do bad by this hobby, you're going to get bad results, man. This is why it's so fucking easy to see the people who are doing good in this game are the ones who did right by other people. Like they have a client base for a reason because they take care of their clients. They take care of their customers. And they're staying relevant. Reputation's everything in this, man.
Reputation's everything. I mean, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, even when an animal skips a couple meals, that shit fucks with me. That's because it fucking matters.
Yeah.
Every person, every interaction matters. And we should all be doing our best to make our customer base happy, our people happy. Honestly, you have to fucking care about what you're doing. And you have to do it right. I mean, that's at your core, bro.
Yeah. Hey, isn't it easy to show, or I'm sorry, isn't it easy to kind of notice when someone doesn't give a fuck about what they're doing? Like you could see like the effort, like that they're
Those
doing.
people, they don't get anywhere.
No.
And then when you start failing, that's when they start doing those things that everyone talks about, like scamming people, selling fake stuff, selling stuff that isn't eating, stuff that's sick. I mean, you take those risks because you're failing anyway, you know?
Yeah.
Or you don't have, I mean, the core morals in you to not, you know, to go out gracefully. I mean, that's how I see it, bro.
How are you seeing things as far as like having to give advice, right, without making it seem like what we do is a pyramid scheme? Because some of the people you talk to will say what we do is, in a sense, a pyramid scheme. We're trying to convince someone to buy something at something where they could produce it and sell the next person that thing. But how do you make it seem like it's not that?
The way my message to my people and everyone I talk to is I give them a realistic message. I tell them to continue to get bigger and grow with what got you in the game, what got you here in the first place, the passion and the beauty of these amazing animals. Where you go with it after is all up to you. I don't sit here and advocate for people to go into debt and all those things. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. There's no one way to do this. That's why I always say, are you gonna do how long do you have? Are you getting in to just make a quick buck, or are you getting into to make this a lifestyle? You know, yeah, me and you, we make a living off of this, but this is our fucking life. You know, that's how I look at it. If I feel like if you're in this long term and you build a brand, you're not gonna lose, no matter. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to get in here and buy, you know, with pet level entry animals. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But nowadays you could get in and get some really good projects and build something you want to build for yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're all doing. At the end of the day, you should be making animals that you want to make for yourself that you necessarily can't afford. No matter, what business you are.
I think
or what tier you're on.
I think what it comes down to, right? Because me, man, I mean, I'm not even perfect, but I had so many bad habits, before coming into this, but I wanted to get better, right? So a lot of, and it was funny. It kind of related to me hitting the gym when I did years back when I lost over 50 pounds, right? Because, you want to talk about bad habits of life, like eating bad, fucking partying, sleeping like shit, right? Thing about working out is when you convert all those bad habits into going to the gym, drinking a lot of water, eating right, once you transfer those bad habits to good habits, like that's when you really get the full fulfill of why you do what you do, right? Because you want to feel good. Like it's about fucking, like life is different when you feel good, right?
That's a very good analogy.
Right. And that's how I sold a lot of personal training. Like this is why I used to give this analogy all the time. Like the biggest phase that you go through when it comes to transitioning as far as your lifestyle is you convert all those bad fucking habits, which you have to be real about. The thing is, bad habits isn't like something you say to yourself. You got to tell yourself what the fuck these bad habits are, right? I knew right away when I was at that stage with the gym thing where I was like, dude, look what I'm eating. Look how I'm eating. Look how I'm taking care of myself. So you start little by little. One of the things that I feel like is most important when just doing what we're doing is starting off on the right foot with good habits. Even though you're not trying to make yourself seem like you're a brand or you're trying to sell, how about having a decent fucking account where people could look at your animals? Like you should pay attention to every picture that you post.
Yeah.
Right. If there's a dirty sock in the background and you like that should matter to you. Like having poor pictures on your fucking Instagram account and you want to be somewhat relevant, that should matter to you.
Well, that's the thing. If you're not someone with knowledge of the ball python industry or working out per se, right? You go out there for a while and you get a personal trainer that's going to teach you the ins and outs and is going to ensure that you don't get hurt. Right?
Oh my God, bro.
Isn't it the same thing, bro?
I'm about to blow up right now. I cannot believe. I'm glad we're talking about these fitness analogies.
It's the same thing.
I am so pumped up right now. I'm sorry if I yelled.
Also, if you're natural,
I'm going to lose my mind.
You need to put in the work.
I'm going to lose my mind. All right. So check this out. Oh, this is great. There's been, like I said, personal training is my strong suit. I used to sell a lot of it, right? But I used to listen to people. And one of the things I'm always listening is their complaints. My knees, my back. I hate myself. I can't fit into my fucking clothes. I haven't been to a gym in 3 fucking years. But you don't want personal training? If you're telling me you have all these fucking issues and you're going to say no to personal training, then you don't want help. And what I'm thinking about is these motherfuckers who are trying to hate on Patreon and these people who are hating on, in a sense, trainers, right? Aren't we, in a sense, almost personal training?
Yes.
These motherfuckers on how to be successful in this shit. So how do you hate on that? That dude, that's why I'm tripping out right now. That's like, how do you hate on a personal trainer? Do you know athletes have personal trainers? You know what's crazy?
And dietitians.
And dietitians.
Chefs.
Bro, no, check it out. Trainers have trainers. That's what you fucking need in life. It's accountability. It's the push, the motivation. That's what a trainer's for in anything in life, man. So, dude, that was, oh man, I wish I would have thought of that Monday. That's fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah, so I in the beginning, a long time ago, I had a trainer for a little while. I had the trainer, I learned, and I stopped it. And then I immersed myself and I diligently went to the gym. I've been going to the gym for 6 years. People
Emilio, but Emilio, you will say right now you'd be even more of a beast if you had a trainer every fucking day. The thing is, it's expensive. Let's be fucking real. Dude, don't give me that bullshit, bro. If I was like, Emilio, you get a free personal trainer every fucking day and it was someone you vibed with, you would be a fuck. I mean, you are a beast. Don't get me wrong, but you would be even that much better with a trainer.
They push you, and they'll identify.
It's bro. Athletes have it, bro. Like look at the most athletic people in the world. They have coaches. They have trainers. You're only going to go so far without it.
I agree with you.
You have to, but the thing is, it's expensive, obviously, and you don't need it, right? Like, because you're showing up. Biggest reason why I would want a trainer is to make sure my ass is showing up. You know what I mean? And obviously, there are workouts. Like, there are certain things that you got to attack on your body, but you going into the gym is the biggest thing. Just go in and having that lifestyle, which a lot of Americans don't have. You know what I'm saying? Even I struggle with it.
They're gonna get you out of that comfort zone. We all have comfort zones.
But that's what it's
for sure.
That's being uncomfortable should be something so regular in life. Like the pressure. Pressure's uncomfortable, bro. You know, pressure does not feel good, but does it?
Like let's use an example. Me with the podcast, bro. When I first got into going on lives and all this stuff, bro.
Where's my paper? I wish I had paper.
I was so fucking scared.
Who remembers Emilio first live solo? And God bless him. He took notes and everything for the show, but he was going through the papers during the
Bro, hey, let me tell you, man, and still I have to say, 2 years in or whatnot, from hair down to, balls and things, to New Breeder on the Block, to being a co-host on New Breeder on the Block, to being on some Thursday nights with you. I could tell you, it's not easy to have that camera on you by yourself. No. That's an acquired taste. That's the last one that I have to conquer. I feel nice and comfortable when I'm talking to you and I'm talking to people and I'm interviewing people because we're vibing off of what we love, right?
Right.
But when I see myself on the camera by myself, I'm tripping.
Yeah, it definitely is an awkward feeling for sure. Yeah. Even for me in the beginning, man, because like, mind you, I was like my second year in the hobby, and I just was like, dude, my God, I don't think no one's gonna want to fucking hear from me. Like, this is crazy, but I didn't care. I did it because I knew I was bringing people on who were gonna help me. And like I said, I started this podcast very selfishly. I didn't give a fuck about nobody. I just wanted to learn information. I had Forrest Fanning, rest in peace, who was here at the time, who was my guy. He was like one of the biggest guys in the hobby then, and he was the guy supporting me. So I didn't give a fuck. I felt it was like you in a sense, even though the reason why I have you, well, not one of the many reasons I have you is because of the knowledge base you have, because you are what is relevant to talking about ball pythons. You know how many people out there talk about ball pythons and they're not relevant to ball pythons at all? I'm talking about people talking out of their fucking ass, talking about math this don't know. Who are you to talk about being successful in ball pythons when there's no track history whatsoever? So that's another thing to be careful about, right? A lot of podcasts out there, over 100, but don't listen to all these fucking idiots, because guess what? They weren't successful.
They've done nothing.
They've done nothing. Nothing.
There's people out there. There's dudes out there giving info.
They've done nothing.
Don't have a single sale or review on MORPH Market.
Dude, nothing.
And I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Like, what's crazy is motherfuckers actually support these fools, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, bro. I kudos for trying to hit it hard, but just know your place, man.
Stay in your fucking lane for sure. Yeah. Now, sorry, deep breaths. What are you thinking overall this year when it comes to like holy shit, I want to hit this so bad? And I don't mean somebody like, I mean like like a MORPH or something, right? Because we haven't dived deep at all and dissected some of the things that just get you out of bed at night, man. And I know there's going to be clutches this year that are going to keep you out of your sleep, man. I know there's some shit you're trying to hit this year, bro. So why don't we kind of get this? Why don't we kind of get to that aspect of your projects, like your biggest motivating thing that you're trying to hit project-wise this year?
Well, this season, mainly it's the new stuff, because I've been hitting my Exantic clowns for a long time, my Exantic pieds. a lot of the Exantics I'm hitting, I'm finally adding fire and a couple other things. But I'm very excited about the foundation I'm going to be building with monsoon double heads for the future, with Ultramel, Exantic, Clown. I'm going to add fire in there, OD. Mojave is going to be in there, special, Enchi, Calico. All together, I'm going to have 6 clutches when it comes to monsoon stuff. No visuals, but foundational animals for me for the future. Sunset stuff. I've got the Sunset Pied project going with Yellow Belly, with Lavender, with Exantic. I'm really excited about that. I'm really, really, really excited about Sunset Dreamsicle stuff, the foundation for that. And, I took a little bit of a risk and added Exantic to the Sunset Pipe project. Yeah, man, that's what I'm most excited about at this moment. But next year is when my stuff goes bonkers when it comes to a lot of my Exantic projects. Off the top of the dome for this year, that's what I'm most excited about. The new stuff.
Do I deflate excitement from your sunset balloon anytime I kind of go in at all? And be honest, like, do you ever hear me talk and be like, MJ, shut the fuck up? Or
no, not at all.
And I'm curious because you're my boy, and we keep it real to each other all the damn time, right? And come on, let's be real. I don't fucking, just how you don't hate pastel, I don't hate sunset. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it doesn't. We all have different tastes, and it's all good.
Hey, by the way, real quick, I'm just saying, appreciate all this love, dude. We've been getting super chats all fucking night. You guys are beautiful. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Matt. Only podcast. There are other podcasts out there. Couple, but shout out to Matt, man. You're awesome. And then shout out to fucking Tough Art Pythons. Anyway, we're getting mad love tonight, man. There's so many people on here rocking with you and me tonight. And I just want to say thank you to everyone out there tonight. Thank you.
Yeah. Nah, man. I mean, listen, Sunset is a challenging project. So, I mean, I'm honest about that. But guess what? I've been in the game a long time. I like the color palette and the challenge that it brings. And, I like the pattern. And I'm a fuck with it hard. I'm going to be careful with it. Right? But I'm working it and I'm excited.
You got to be very careful with it. That's a thing. Okay, listen, I am trying to do what I love, but also make my life a little easy if I'm doing it right. So I have a belief of the things that I work with are like enough for me to be comfortable that I'm not going to work. Like for instance, if I hit a super gravel or a super asphalt or even a pavement clown hypo, I'm going to be so fucking happy. And I'm very confident that snake's not going to look that snake's going to look ridiculous. But let's say it was a sunset pied and it looks like how sunset, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some sunset pieds that look like pinstripe pieds, right? And now you have to fucking share it and let people know what it is. But now these people are like, that looks like shit. That right there would put me in my feelings, right? But not to say that that's still not a foundation. All I'm saying is that would be a little bit more difficult to work with. I don't want to work with difficult shit. I think pied is difficult first and foremost, because if you don't know what you're putting in and you don't know what to look for, it's going to be hard to ID. Sunset and pied, so far from what I've seen.
Yeah, but for me, yeah, I'm going to hit sunset pieds in the future. But for me, it's not.
Well, what sunset pieds?
It's sunset pieds not important to me. What's important is the sunset dreamsicle, the sunset exantic pied. Let's say a hypo, a yellow belly, hypo, sunset pied. Cypress. I'm gonna add Cypress in there. I'm gonna add DG hypo. That's what I'm looking at. Again, and once in a while, a nice sunset will come up here and there. I'm good with that. A sunset yellow belly. I really want to work sunset puzzle in the future. The future's bright, man. It's another set of different looking animals that I want to mess with,
You don't sound like Darth Vader talking about the future's bright, man. The future should be dark and fucking,
I have a lot of dark projects too.
Okay, thank you.
Sunset GHI is gonna be a good one. I got a lot of blackhead GHI. I have confusion, bro. I got all the dark genes. I mean, pretty much. Not
good.
Not some of the newer stuff out there, but eventually I'll get some of that. I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited. I love the dark stuff. I really do.
Got a wrap-up question before I get you these new hot seat questions. These are hot seat questions 2.0 for Emilio. That way, because he don't know what's coming type of thing. But man, Emilio, you're a humble guy, bro. Like I know what heat you're packing, your potential, everything that you are bringing to the table, but you don't act like it. Like you're not cocky, like you are. You give good advice that you always let people know I'm not trying to be cocky. This is coming from experience. And I think that's awesome. But if you don't know who, if somebody doesn't have that conversation with you, Emilio, they don't really know your roots. And, unless they're listening to our Trap Talk podcast, unless they join the V Unit family and they ask questions, right? But you've seen a lot of stuff, man. You really have. Justin, go ahead.
I feel like other people, you have to let other people talk about you and what they see. You don't have to say what you think or where you stand. You should listen to what other people think of you and assess that opinion, that the majority's opinion, right? Because of course there's people that are going to hate you, right? And there's people that are going to love you, right? But when you blend your overall impact and you listen to that, man, I got to tell you, man, I'm proud. I'm really proud of, where we are as individuals right now.
But what do you think of the topper tier of the breeders? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are some of the leaders that we have in this game, right? But competition up there can be fucking dicey. You know what I'm saying? And I'm curious where you feel like things are headed overall with the top breeders. You know what I mean? Like, are there any breeders you feel like that are up top that you don't see lasting? Or is there anything that you can predict when it comes to looking at the top tier of things? You know what I'm saying?
What I could tell you is, just like mid-tier breeders some are gonna fail. Lower end breeders, some are gonna fail. There's definitely gonna be higher end breeders that fail and just get tired. Do I know of anyone in particular in my mind? No, not exactly. But what I would say is that people out there should just focus on themselves and not try to be an MJ or not try to be an Emilio, not try to be I don't know, a Billy, a Justin, an Ozzy. Be the best damn you could be, man. I mean, bro, the business is hard as is to try to, constantly put all your energy into catching people. Dog, have fun. Don't forget what this is about. I'm gonna tell you this, man. As long as I'm growing and I'm hitting all the animals I want, right? And I'm running my numbers and my numbers look good, and I live a nice lifestyle, bro. I don't give a damn what anyone else is doing. As long as my people and my customers are happy and my reputation is where it's damn near stellar, where I want to keep it, bro, I sleep good at night.
Set your own goals, man. That's all you got to do,
I sleep good at night, bro. I ain't chasing nobody.
Fucking facts. 2 hours went by quick, bro. Amazing podcast. You ready for these hot seat questions before we let you exit?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Hey, seriously, though, thank you everyone who tapped in tonight. Please get the likes up for Emilio. This was an awesome episode. Super went hard in the paint. And hot seat questions 2.0. You ready for these or what, Emilio? Guess what? I don't even need the phone. That's how crazy it's going to be. All right. You ready?
It's time to. Hey, I'm going to get it now.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna get it now because I've been kind of rough on some people.
All right. Hot seat questions coming in hot for Emilio. Let's go. Emilio, favorite thing to eat after a hard day of working?
Ceviche. Peruvian ceviche.
Wow, my mouth just got watery right now. Woo. One place you would like to travel?
I would like to go to the Philippines.
One ball python breeder you'll never forget.
Damn, that's a hard one because there's two people that come to mind. Can I answer two people?
Nope. One you'll never forget. What's the one you'll never forget? No matter what, what's the one you'll never forget?
Well, because I saw the growth from the beginning, I have to say Justin.
One thing you would do differently if you were to start all over today?
I would have believed in the market a lot more. But you know what? I think no one kind of saw the heights that this market was capable of reaching.
One thing you wish this reptile hobby could do differently?
I wish we were a little bit more transparent.
One thing you're proud about the reptile world?
The passion that we have for these beautiful animals.
One incomplete dominant you do not have but want to have in your ball python game?
Damn, you got me on that one.
Look, dude, I'm not even these are from the fucking dome too. You hear me? Not written down.
I have most of what I want.
Just come on, bro. There's definitely an incomplete out there. That's why it's called incomplete. I'm just kidding. Oh, come on. I'm gonna put that on the shelf for you. I don't do this for a lot of people. I'm gonna let you wait on that to answer, and I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna throw you a softball.
I'm gonna come at you with this. And this shows you that we don't all know everything, right? Cosmos is fairly new. Cosmos is an incomplete dominant.
Wow, dude.
But it's an incomplete dominant, right?
Yes.
All right. I need to see more than what it does in clown, but that looks very good.
I've seen all that I need to see in Cosmos, and I'm a believer. That gene, shout out to Ralph, by the way. That gene is fucking fire. Oh my God. And Brittany's been all over that shit for a minute. Cosmos, man. About 3 years ago, I think, is when I first saw one. And I'm a ex-Timor keeper. I had a bunch of Timor pythons, and those things look just like Timor pythons. And I fucking fell in love with them. So anyways, Cosmos. All right, how about this? Number one super incomplete dominant.
The number one super.
Yeah, what reigns supreme when it comes to super incomplete dominance to you?
It has to be by itself, huh?
Has to be by itself.
Man, that's a tie between Super Chocolate and Super Blackhead.
We're not doing ties, unfortunately. I need one.
I love a Super Blackhead right now, bro.
Facts.
I hit one this year, and I think listen. I could be kind of going a little fast on that answer, but Super Blackhead's fucking bomb.
The biggest overlooked recessive gene.
That's hard because things are changing so fast, right?
That's what you get for all your goddamn hard fucking hot seat questions that you be serving people. But seriously, man, let's go. Come on.
I guess tri-stripe.
Ooh, okay. All right. Yes or no? I need the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Super spot nose. Damn.
Nope. You got to be consistent, man. Everyone's out there attacking fucking spiders, and now they're hitting power balls, and it's okay. Stop it.
Damn.
Stop it. It's worse than a fucking spider.
Speaking of spiders, can spiders ever make a comeback?
No.
Damn. This is hot.
It's over.
Oh my gosh, crazy.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. At a fucking show, a bumblebee will sell super fast because it's so beautiful, but it's a pet. It's a pet, and it's a pet. It's a pet.
You could name more than one, okay? But name some of the most up-and-coming V-Unit family members that you could name off the top of your dome right now. Like some people that you're like, I cannot wait to see these fools produce some shit. Or maybe they already are.
You know, we're up to 75 members, and
respect. That's a lot.
Yeah, you're putting me in a position to.
That's why I said more than one, bro. Come on. I said more than one. I didn't tell you one. That'd be mean. I said, come on, name someone off the dome.
All right. So listen, I love all of you, and all of you are getting your due, and you're getting your shine. I promise you that. Take it to the fucking bank, okay? But I'm gonna name 5 or 6 people. All right. MORPH Valley Reptiles, Ryan Manfredi, Joe DeStefano. You know, he's on the Trap Reptile Network.
That's my boy.
Alvaro, Clover Reptiles,
another hitter
on the Trap Reptile Network.
Another hitter.
Brock, Mercenary Arts.
My guy, bro. I like Brock. You know, yeah. I'm just saying as far as who I think potential wise is about to wipe some fuckers out. That's Brock.
Yeah, my dog Paul, one of my best friends, for real3d.com.
Shout out to Paul.
Homeboy is on all types of levels. Dude has venomous. Fucking guy is in everything, right?
Yeah.
And brother, there has to be somebody I'm missing. Thank you, MJ. Guess what? You're in the V unit.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, aren't I a family member?
But guess what?
How am I not in this top 6? What the fuck?
No, but yo, you're 1A. Come on now.
I'm what? I'm 1/8. What'd you say?
1A. You're at 1A. You're number 1, and then everyone else. And that's not. Hey, listen. That's not even being.
That was sick. I'm 1A.
That's not brown nosing. That's not fucking being cute, bro. Look at what we do every fucking week. Look at what we do every week.
That's my dog.
Look at what we do every week.
We don't miss.
You know, we're keeping people honest out there.
Yep. All right, so you got it. That was your list, right? All right. Last but not least, coolest reptile network in the world.
The Trap Reptile Network. We own it right now. What's up?
Damn, man. Hey, listen. Again, before the live even started, you had about 30 likes. Okay, that's how much people are ready to tap in for your shit, bro. I gotta say, you are doing amazing. Not only just within your own brand, but just the influence you have around you, you know, like as far as the influence you're applying to people, dude, I gotta say, you're definitely somebody we need more in this hobby, only because you dedicate your time to make sure other ones are doing it just as good as you are. Because, you know, another thing I'm starting to kind of realize is successful people in this hobby don't always mean they want other people to be successful, right? There are certain formulas you have to figure out, and you can either keep that formula to yourself or you could pass it down. I see you passing nothing but fucking formulas down, bro. And I feel like that's going to come back and serve you right so fucking well someday. It already has. Like, you are getting blessed as we speak. You know what I'm saying? All because this is how this reptile world works, man. You do right by the reptiles and the people in it, it comes back and it rewards you. And
that's life.
You're a clear example of it. It is life. It is. It is. But some people are in a life situation where they're unhappy and they don't want to do that for others. Like people don't even love themselves because how much they hate their lives, and it sucks. I hate to keep saying it, but that's the reality of things, you know. We're just not in that position, thank God. You know, we're both very, very blessed. But I'm saying you are just doing so much for so many people, and I gotta say thank you for everything that you've done, not only for those people but for me.
Thank you,
know, people I've introduced you to, like, you have always done right by people I introduce you to, which I think is also amazing. You know, like, you got to take care of the people that you meet in this, because you're nothing without them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, it goes right back at you too, man. We're in this together, and our families are intertwined. Let's go. Brick by brick, day by day. Progress.
let people know where you'll be at June 27th.
At the Trap. We're gonna be Trap Fest, baby. Let's
That's
go.
right, man. I'm telling you, like him and many other people will be around.
Yeah.
Trap Fest.
He said there's gonna be security. I'm gonna be the bouncer at the door. Watch out.
That's you, motherfucker.
Hey,
You and
hey,
Antoine.
My employer during COVID used me for that, so I'm ready. Watch out.
Yeah. Listen, Villarino Reptiles on Instagram. All right. The Unit family on Instagram. Please go. It's so worth subscribing to this man's Instagram subscription, just because he's going to connect you with some of the best and some of the fucking coolest, I would say, and that obviously relates to the Trap family as well. We're basically one big family. All right. Because we're all here for each other. The amount of effort that he puts into his V Unit family, he puts into the Trap family. I see it. And V Unit family, and I know I'm not a part of the chat as much because I got so much going on, but I love all you guys, and I appreciate all you guys rocking with this man right here, because he's one of the best for sure. And he's just getting started. The craziest thing about Emilio is he's just getting started. Okay. So that's a wrap. Give it up for Big E, Top G, Villarino Reptiles, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, brother. Much love, man.
Love you like a big bro, man. Thank you so much.
Right back at you, bro. Appreciate
you.
your
thing, bro, and we'll talk soon, all right?
Thank you, everyone.
All right, man. Have a good night. Woo! Good episode. Appreciate it. I knew that was gonna be a banger. I'm telling you right now. I mean, we talk like this on a regular basis, so it was cool to actually have this guy come to a Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? And drop this heat. Emilio has this. His knowledge is fire. Okay, and tonight showed it. So thank you to anyone. If you enjoyed tonight's episode, get the likes up. Emilio deserves all the likes. We just had shy of 100 people tapped in tonight. So let's get the likes up right now. And yeah, thank you so much. And hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Tomorrow, thank God it's Colubrid Fridays. Joe DeStefano, Alvaro from Clover Reptiles, two of the biggest up-and-comers in the Colubrid game. So please tap in with them. And I hope you really took some of this information that you heard from Emilio tonight and, do something with it, because this guy's really here to help so many of you guys out. So literally one of the best doing it in the game, and that's a fact. Episode 488 is in the books, ladies and gentlemen. On the road to 500. Holy shit. Who's going to be episode 500? Any guesses? Woo! It's going to be crazy. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your nights here tomorrow. Trap Talk Reptile Network, coolest reptile network in the world, and I'm out.